Hey everyone, welcome back to Ottoex. This is a channel where we feature some strange vehicles, some cool vehicles, and some interesting vehicles. Some of these vehicles we sell, some of them we just present for fun. This one is going to be for sale. In front of me is a 1994 Toyota Hiace van. This was a very popular van throughout the rest of the world. We didn't get them here in North America, unfortunately. This is the LH129 chassis, which means it's the extra long and the extra tall. This one is even taller than Toyota made because it has an aftermarket roof, as well as an aftermarket professionally built camper back in 1994. This being a 1994 model makes it pretty special. It's the last year that these Hiaces were offered with a part-time transfer case, which means you can select between 4 high, 4 low, and 2 high, essentially giving you a low-range crawling gear, making this vehicle one of the more capable off-road vans that Toyota put out from the factory. This one is a 5-speed powered by the 2.8 liter 3L diesel engine. The more reliable and simple of the engines offered by Toyota in these Hiaces. It was the engine of choice used in the commercial variants and a lot of campers, just because they're more fuss-free. They don't have any electronics, no ECU or computers on board. It's a mechanically injected diesel engine, the same engine that was used in the Toyota Hiluxes throughout some of the 80s and most of the 90s. So it's just a very stout engine. And for those of you who know them, you know that. And hopefully if you didn't, maybe you learned that today. So let's get into some of the details of this camper. I'm going to walk through the outside and the inside, and we'll take it for a drive, and then we will go from there. So first things first, let's take a look in the front cab. But before I look inside, I'll point out some of the exterior features. So we've got these factory hubcaps with factory ace and locking hubs right in the center. So when you want to engage your 4 high or 4 low, you need to make sure your front hubs are locked. To do that, twist this to the right to the lock position on both sides, and then you can engage your 4-wheel drive via your transfer case. On the interior, there's a switch to do that and a lever. So front locking hubs. On the outside, we have some ventilation here for the original fridge, which was an Electrolux fridge, which was taken out by the owner in Japan, and most likely because it failed. We get a lot of rigs with these Electroluxes in them, and there's a 50-50 chance that they work or not. Also, we have a shore power plug. It is the blue prong, 3-prong connector, which can be adapted to fit North American standards pretty easily. All right. This is finished in a really nice gold metallic paint job, and it shines and presents really well. Up top, you'll notice a backup camera, which works really nicely and is almost essential because this vehicle has a bathroom in the back and a separate door, so you can't really look through your mirror to see out your back window. So you can actually run that backup camera full time, or just when you're in reverse, there's a switch on the inside that lets you do that. We have a very nice big 8-foot awning along the side here with the awning tool on the inside, so you can roll that out and have a really nice long awning. You'll notice there are antennas on the outside, which was for reception of Japanese satellite, GPS, as well as TV tuner, which was originally fitted in this camping rig, but had been removed since. So you'll see the hubcaps here The hubcaps cover the steel 15-inch wheels. Up front, you'll notice we've got a heavier duty wide-angle mirror for your side and your front. This lets you see your front bumper as you're pulling up to things. Very important to have in Japan where space is tight. Along the front, we've got a Toyota grille and the basic stuff that you would see on the front end of one of these Hiaces. They are a short front end. The engine sits under the front seats, which is a space-saving design. Gives these vans quite a unique look and a unique seating and driving position. Speaking of which, why don't we take a look inside. Door cards are in great shape. Power locks, window locks, auto down, and power driver window, passenger and driver windows. There's a map pocket here. So you got to step into this cab, which is a little bit higher up. Very nice original cloth seats. Present really nicely. The interior, exterior, everything about this camper presents really well. It has about 119,000 kilometers, which is right around 70 to 75,000 miles, if my memory is correct in that conversion. If I'm wrong, feel free to correct that, or I'll put that in the video. So you'll see there is a really nice big center console here with ample storage underneath that can be accessed through here, and then there's also a hatch through the rear. Cup holders, storage cubby, shift lever, and transfer case lever for your high and low range engagement. Original Toyota floor mats cover the carpet, which is in great shape. This van has been taken well care of in Japan. The interior really does smell like new. Let's hop inside and take a look. So in front of me, we've got a cluster in the center with your speedometer in kilometers per hour, and then your coolant temperature and your fuel gauges to the left of that. We have a 2-spoke wheel with a horn and a rocker switch here, which does not appear to do anything. Factory fog light switch up here. In the center here, you've got your 4-wheel drive engagement. So lock your hubs, press this, and you're in 4 high. Shift this back, and you're in 4 low. All other times, you're in 2 high, which is a rear wheel drive. We have a switch to run your backup camera full time or just when you're in reverse, and a defrost, as well as your standard climate control and clock. Heat works very well in this van, front and rear, as well as AC, front and rear works great. Over here, passenger seat, adjustable headrests, and a glove box, as well as an aftermarket temperature gauge for your ambient temperature. Here's an ashtray here and a toll card reader here. We've got a really nice Eclipse head unit, which functions as GPS, backup camera, radio, AM, FM, and all of that stuff. It's definitely newer, and it was a nice, quite expensive upgrade. Okay, so the moment you guys have been waiting for, we'll hop into the back. There are just some sun visors here. Rear view mirror, which doesn't really work to see all the way out the back because it's blocked by the bathroom door. That's why we have the backup camera. Okay, so let's take a look in the back. Really nice interior. Very well upholstered. From the factory, the finish and fit is very nice on this camper. So stepping in, you are met with a dinette in front, 3-seater, 2-seater, and a 1-seater here. There are 3 belts under here. This one also can somersault to face forwards, so you can sit with whomever facing forwards. It also slides to adjust the position. Right now we've got this configured in dinette mode. There are 3 modes: dinette mode, front-facing forward mode, where all the benches are facing forward and you've got belts here, and then sleeping mode, where this whole space turns into one lower level bed. There are additional cushions stored up top that fall and fit into the other places here to complete this bed. If you wanted a full floor bed, you can also just have this space be a smaller bed. It's very modular. It's very cool. There's a little storage cubby here, which originally had something Velcroed in, but is now empty and ready for however you want to purpose it, or you can take it out. There is a very nice cut carpet here, which is over an original linoleum floor. And you've got your dinette table in the center. Above that, there's a light, which works well. So if you want power, go into the back, make sure your main power switch is on, and then you can switch on all systems. And then lights. You also have another light here, which turns on when you open it. Controls for your rear AC are here, and all the vents for that. Up top is the extra bunk, as well as a space that can act as storage for anything. In this case, we have the extra cushions and the extra rail stored up here. I can demonstrate this pulls out all the way to these rubber stoppers, and then you have a huge bed space and a padded sleeping surface, and it goes all the way back. This is about 20 inches from here to here, and it's nice because you can rest here with your head right by the windows. These are really cool windows. They're known in America as Arctic turn windows, where you can just unlock the 2 sides and then they hinge out. Another cool feature, they have built-in bug screen, which can lock in like that. And they also have built-in privacy curtains. So you can modulate that as much as you like. You can also just unlock them and get the fresh breeze. And then pop it all the way up, and it just comes right down like that. And you can lock it like so. And that's that. We have another one on this side, which works the same way. Super cool windows, very premium. Very cool to find these in a 90s camper, because we certainly weren't using them here in 90s campers. We have a roof vent here that appears to just be sealed off, and it's essentially acting as a skylight, but this is a standard 14 by 14 Jensen opening, so you can fit a fantastic fan or a Max Air fan or whatever you like up there. You know, if you wanted to upgrade that space, that works. So let me put this bed back. Just slides right back in like that. All right. Very nice curtains that are on rods. It's kind of a thicker, nicer curtain material that cover these tinted windows, which are on 50/50 sliders. So you can unlock the window, pull it, and you get full ventilation. Pretty great. to have that. The passenger versions of these vans do not have a lot of them. Also, this one opens too, so you can open whatever side you prefer. A little sticky. I imagine it hasn't been used in quite some time. Just wiggle it back into place. There's a little perforation here in the tint, just because this is an aftermarket tint on these windows. All right, so a little third window here. In these LH129s, they have this extra window, and you have curtains here as well as for the front. So you can fully privatize your cabin, your sleeping cabin. And here is what I would call a little counter space that can be used for a number of things. It is just a blank canvas right now, as well as storage underneath. We have nice locking cabinet latches and pulls on all of these systems here. This is your fridge space where the original fridge used to live here, and it's all wired and ready to receive a new fridge and also switched up there. So pick your favorite fridge, pop it in. It's already ventilated on the back. It's ready to go. And you'll have a much better fridge than this would have ever had from the factory. More storage down here, more storage above the fridge. Big deep cabinet here. It's kind of dark, so hopefully you guys can see all right. That goes quite deep. And then more cabinets up top here. They're all labeled in Japanese, so you can translate that and see what they used these cabinets to store. All right. Pretty self-explanatory. No one really wants a tour of the cabinets though, right? A little more, some cubbies here. You have your AC outlets here, which will go live when you're plugged into shore power. And there, this also has an inverter and a converter. And your coach batteries live under here, which are charged when the engine is running or when you're plugged in to your shore power. So that pops out. And then we gain access to your very own private bathroom, kitchen, shower, whatever you want to use this for. This is a wet space. It all drains out, can be wiped out. This is all one piece molded fiberglass in here. Very slick stuff. You've got your sink faucet, which pulls out, and then you can stand up and shower off in here if you want, if that's your sort of thing. I need two hands to put that back, so let's do that. And that all feeds down into a 7-gallon fresh water container, which is under here. And you've got a little towel rack here. And then you have more storage here with a little cutlery holder here. So this space is intended to be used as a kitchen. The cool thing is you can open this up like that. All right, so you've got an awning out the back. This will keep going up more. So you've got basically an awning out the back. You've got, you know, proper ventilation. And if you did want to do this with this door closed, the cool thing is you have another vent fan here, which will run and just blow air out. So this space is intended for, you know, cooking, showering, using the toilet, any of the above. That way you're not making your living area dirty with oils and grease and smoke and all sorts of other stuff. It's really clever. And so you can close that off. And then, yeah, there's even a little rod here, which you can use for a shower curtain of your choosing, or something to, you know, separate that off if you wanted to do this with the door open. And you've got a light here, which, you know, opens outward like that, and you can, turns off once you close it. It's pretty cool. So yeah, there's even a pull here, so you can just pull it closed like this. Yeah, I didn't even have to step outside to do that. Very self-contained, very clever. Most of these Hiace high roof campers do not have this design. This is actually the first one of these builds we've seen in 8 years. So a very rare build that has been very well kept by its one meticulous owners in Japan. And we like it. I wish there were more of these. There's even a little private label on the door. And there's some further ventilation down here, which is good, because you can never have enough ventilation in a van of this size. All right, and there's also another rod up here to hang whatever you'd like. Very modular, the space usage in this van. You know, it's almost like a Swiss Army knife, which is just the coolest thing, because it's a self-contained 4-wheel drive 5-speed diesel van from Toyota with a high and low range transfer case and a full bathroom and sleepable. You know, you could probably sleep 5 people in here, 2 up top cozily and probably 3 down on the bottom, which is neat. It really is. You can have the whole family. If you have, you know, 2 or 3 kids, you can totally rock this out. Adults up front, kids in the back on the belts, and then you're off to your next adventure. So that's going to be the run through on this rig's interior. So I'd like to take you for a drive in it now, if we can. That closed properly. And let's take a little cruise. This thing drives super tight. It is remarkable how well it's been kept mechanically. And it's had the proper service. Throughout the years to kind of keep it happy. These 3L engines do not need much, but they do like a timing belt every, 7 or 8 years, or 100,000 miles or so. And this one had one at 100,000 kilometers, so 19,000 kilometers ago. I think that was just done maybe 2 years back. Let's start it up. Fires right up. So, see the backup camera works. The Japanese toll card reading machine is unhappy because I do not have a toll card inserted. Well, that's okay. I don't think we'll run into any issues here with that. So, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and reverse very nicely. Let's whip it around a little bit. So these 3Ls are actually great engines. However, if you do get one in a Hiace and it's in an automatic, definitely a little bit slower than we'd be used to in North America. But in the 5-speed, it's very well sorted. You don't get that automatic transmission robbing 20-25% of your power. So the power delivery is a lot more proper. Sounds like the bathroom door is swinging around back there because I didn't fully close it. So if you hear something in the back, that would be what it is. Shouldn't cause any harm, but it's full disclosure. And the rattling up here is this device. Yeah, it feels very stout. It's kind of a nice upright seating position, pretty commanding. You've got a great view of the road, and you can kind of see everything as you go along, which is really what you want. Well, thanks for watching, guys. My battery's about to die. Hope you enjoyed the video. This one's now for sale through us at Ottoex. Check us out, ottoex.com. If you like the video, feel free to subscribe and like, and always stay tuned for more because we always have more of these cool things coming in. Thanks again.